Why do many US banks refuse to issue an MT199? Because in many US banks, a free-format MT199 in hydrocarbon operations triggers compliance red flags. And since it's not an operational payment message like an MT103, 202, or 760, but rather free text, it offers them no control and only increases their risk. The mystery behind why they won't do it is this: 7 points. 1. AML risk and fraud facilitation. It's free text, so there's very little control. The MT199 allows you to write almost anything. For a bank, that's perfect for 3 things. 1. Including ambiguous confirmations. 2. Faking proof of funds or bank comfort letters. 3. Providing commercial narratives that later end in scams. Many AML departments prefer to avoid issuing messages that could be used as evidence by third parties. 2. Policy. We don't do bank-to-bank for commercial reasons. Many American banks have internal rules against issuing SWIFT messages that, for 4 reasons, confirm funds, confirm payment capacity, confirm future transactions, or validate documents, goods, or any product. They classify those as non-standard banking communications or non-reliance letters, which are intended to look like a guarantee. 3. Confusion or abuse of the MT199 as a substitute for a real instrument. In hydrocarbon trading, you often see requests for an MT199 for things that should actually be an MT799 for a standby pre-advised bank message, yet many banks still restrict it. An MT760, which would be an SBLC or a bank guarantee. BCL, RWA, or proof of funds, which most serious banks don't issue the way traders ask for them. And 4, or directly an MT103 or 202, as is used when there's an actual payment. So the bank suspects the client is involved in a paper-driven structure. 4. OFAC and sanctions. Dual use. Oil is a very high-risk sector. Hydrocarbons are a high-risk industry due to OFAC sanctions, countries and counterparties, evasion via intermediaries, title transfer shipments, and complex routes. If the message mentions destinations, refineries, brokers, sensitive countries, or allocations, many banks prefer to cut ties before getting implicated. 5. Legal liability. Reliance by third parties. It's basically that if an MT199 leaves the bank, the recipient or scammer can sell it as "my bank confirmed it." Even with disclaimers, the bank faces litigation and can have claims. So if it's not a standard payment message or a guarantee with a contract, they refuse. 6. The KYC or beneficial owner. They can't speak for opaque structures. In oil trading, recent SPVs, chains with many intermediaries, vague real beneficiaries, or odd mandates appear often. Without a solid know your client for the ultimate buyer or seller and the real purpose, the bank won't send anything. 7. The SWIFT governance and internal controls. Some banks directly block the MT199 to banks or correspondents for commercial matters, except in very limited cases. Because content control is difficult, internal approval requires a high level, and the commercial return is 0. Now, what to use instead of MT199 when they ask for it to move forward? It depends on the real objective. To confirm real payment, MT103, MT202 when applicable, plus internal bank receipts. To give comfort or pre-advice if the bank allows, MT799 with very limited text without promising anything. Guarantee, SBLC or MT760, which would be a real instrument. Serious proof of funds, bank statement with attestation addressed to the client, not third parties, and almost always with non-reliance. A practical market signal when a counterparty insists on an MT199 or an MT799 as a condition to release allocation, it's often because they're trying to replace a real instrument, or they want a sellable paper to show to another link. Comment if you feel related to this situation. If you like these videos, like, subscribe, consult, comment. This is Trend Oil Vision. Understand oil like a professional. Thank you.